Welcome back to The Current on the Course. We are taking a live look out at here at TPC Durant to our set on the 19th hole. And while it takes a lot to put this tournament on, it also generates a lot for the community as well, which is why we have Dave Herrell, President and CEO of Visit Quad Cities, joining us right now. Dave, thank you for being back with us.
Thank you for having me.
Why don't we start with the role that Visit Quad Cities plays when it comes to this tournament?
Well, I think obviously the John Deere Classic tradition, 55 years of excellence. You know, from a visitor economy perspective, like whatever we can do to like elevate the profile of a signature event like this. And this is definitely the largest thing that we do in our region. And so our role is to further elevate that story. Like, what are we doing to like make sure that the John Deere Classic is globally, positioned for increases in visitors, trying to like tell our story, brand identity, quality of life, economic impact, all of the things to try to put the Quad Cities on the map. And so our job is to simply lift that up. Obviously, it's a wonderful event and it just means so much to our community. And if we can be part of like just shaping that story to build our reputation, that's something that we're going to do every year.
Are you effectively doing that year-round when you're making trips across the country?
Yeah.
Does it come up every single time?
Yeah, it really does, because I think every community, has like products, right? The Quad Cities is a product. We are a consumable product, but then you have things that really make us great. And so this is certainly a best-in-class kind of event. And so when we're out talking to prospective clients, whether meeting planners, people that are making decisions on conventions, whatever that might be, the John Deere Classic, you want to make sure that you're talking about it because it's community programming. People are making decisions every day on whether they're going to come for a visit, whether they're going to relocate a business, whether they're going to take that first job, whether they're going to have a kid take a chance and go to school here, whatever that is. So it's all part of like the fabric of shaping our reputation. And the Classic is just an economic development engine, but it's also like an engine to like further our brand and create that awareness that we're trying to do every year.
Well, let's talk about the economic side of things. What do the numbers look like?
Yeah. Well, it's a $75 million annual economic impact, and there's certainly a direct economic impact, and then there's an indirect economic impact. The value that it brings to our visitor economy, our hospitality industry, but also just the amount of business that takes place. Obviously, John Deere is bringing customers from all over the world to really be in an activated environment in the Quad Cities, and those things have ripple effects. So you can't buy this kind of advertising. The fact that our brand is being really showcased around the world through the PGA Tour and just the amount of media coverage and all of these things. And so the earned media value, the storylines that can be, created, and that opportunity to really engage and activate a community and put it like on a pedestal is really what this event means to our community. And it's certainly something that's so special. And yeah, 55 years, but let's do another 55.
How much change have you seen in just maybe the past few years, 8 years that you've been here?
Yeah.
Because has it changed rapidly from your perspective?
I think so. I think just rapidly in terms of like understanding what that product is. And kudos to the John Deere Classic team. Andrew Lehman has got a phenomenal staff, Mara Downing, the team at John Deere. But really it takes a whole community, like the thousands of volunteers, all the other sponsors, the vendors, leaders like yourselves, really doing the things that we want to do to make sure that this event is top of mind. So it's part of the DNA of Quad Citizens, and I think it's part of that corporate culture too, and also like our citizenry. That resident pride that we feel when the Classic happens every year is something that really ignites our community like nothing else. And it's really the best of us. I think the quality of life impact, the vibrancy that it brings. I mean, look at like multi-generational stuff, little kids. Mara talked about her dad, 88 years old, volunteering. I mean, you see that when you're out here, and I don't think there's anything that is like the John Deere Classic that really defines our community, and it's certainly something that we just need to continue to like remember that, but also continue to invest in.
Yeah, because so many people are looking for not just numbers, not just what's the event, but what does it feel like to live here, or whatever the case may be.
Well, that resident pride factor is such a big deal. Like we all live here, right? This is our home, and we want to have really good things that are happening in our community. We want it to be programmed. We want it to be, vibrant and healthy. And we want stuff to do. We want fun, right? And this is something that really personifies all of that in one signature event. The concerts on the course and the investments that John Deere has been making to really develop that product is really drawing people in from all over the world. And you can see that kind of growth, not only locally from people that are buying tickets, but that Midwest, profile is stretching even more. And that's our job at Visit Quad Cities. How can we continually do the things that we need to do to market the brand of the Classic to try to attract, more visitors here? And hopefully if we bring more visitors here, that can turn into residents, that could turn into people that are starting businesses and all those kind of things.
Dave, we only have a few seconds left, but looking down the line, are you worried about the new two-tiered system that's coming and what it might mean for this tournament?
Yeah, it's hard to speculate on that. I think the thing that's important to remember as a Quad Citizen, and certainly in our role at Visit Quad Cities, whatever we can do to work with John Deere, to work with the John Deere Classic, to make sure that the people in our community, whether it's a business leader, the public sector, we need this event to be strong. We need to fortify it. We need to continue to grow it. And whatever that future looks like, certainly we got to be part of it. But this is something that's such a huge success story. And it's something that we just want to make sure that we continue to elevate every year. And that's what we're going to do.
Dave, thank you so much as always for joining us.
Thank you. Great to see you. Thanks.